Hey guys, Sheep here rocking more Pokemon Uranium. We gotta pick. Oh, that definitely looks like the way to go. Oh, are you a real Pokemon trainer? Look, I found these I found this at these bushes. It could be useful. Sweet, thanks, kid. No, I want to talk to your sheep. Sheep Mareep, indeed. Are there Pokemon? Aw, yeah. I don't know why I didn't expect Cottony to appear in this game, but hi, how you doing? It's my first recording of the day. I'm sleeping. Doing decent, though. I meant to start going to bed at regular hours, and then last night, was the final night before a patch went live, and the boyfriend and I were trying to get him an item from an Alliance raid, since apparently we can't roll need on those anymore, and it didn't drop, and he's bummed. I'm more like, it didn't appear at all, and we ran it like 16 times. I'm just like, wow. They go wherever the wind takes them. On rainy days, their bodies are heavier, so they take shelter beneath big trees. I will not give it a nickname, but I will cure that poison we're rocking. And so yeah, long story short, I stayed up late. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so this is a loop around for up there. It is! It's the weird hand that we can figure out its type, guys. Let's stop it. Also, that's level 26. Are we under-leveled for this area? I don't really have a place to, like... I might sneak through this route and then come back and get some levels. Also, how dare you? No. Get the Pokeball. Stop beating up my sheep. No, not that one. Funny, at some point I'm gonna accidentally use that Ultra Ball and then I'm gonna be ultra mad. That was a terrible joke. Come on. Get in the Pokeball. Stay down. Why? Why not? Yeah, I got revised. It's fine. Go Deerle. Oh no, we're gonna run out of Great Balls. Might have to use the Ultra Ball. Oh, there we go. Is it Dragon Fighter? It's just Dragon. In Dragon Pokemon, the appendage at the end of its tail is its primary form of attack. And it is able to deftly manipulate objects with it as if it were a hand. Do you think it evolves to have, like, 2 hands? Hi. Excuse me? Oh, sport, you look like you're the kind... Oh, you look like you're the kind of type to fish. I see that gleam in your eyes right there. The gleam. That hope. You seem to me like the kind of person who's ready to sit and wait for hours for something to bite. Alright? Alright. I'll get to the right thing. No. No. That one. There we go. I don't know why I got out of my bag, because I still need to, like, revive things. This music really reminds me of some farming game I played. Which isn't really helpful, I know, because I've played a lot of them. Oh, cool! Oh, it's because I have 2 things registered. What's our first old or good route? What are you? What are you? I want you. Don't get knocked out. Do you think it's ice water? It's got Gla. That's kind of like glacier. It's so cute. Alright, that might replace a shouting. How dare you taunt us? I'm over here trying to add you to this family, and you're taunting us. Come on. Yay! Water ice. Sea slow Pokemon. Pokemon highly sensitive to the changes in seasons. Gliscog come and go with the warm undersea currents. Alright. Yeah, I think Shouten's finally— oh no, we already have a— I keep forgetting we have a water type. I don't know how I do that. I feel like that trainer tip should have appeared long ago. Ah! I could have revived for free. Use a computer there to check on your Pokemon if you— jeez, Grandma's got it all. I should probably, like, see if there's more stuff in our house. No. Alright then. We might do some leveling and stuff for this episode. Really want to use that Gliscog. But, like, our homeboy's been so useful. Or homegirl, I keep forgetting what gender our frog is. I gotta think hard on this one. I don't care about catching the mischievous. I mean, I guess I could look up Gliscog, see if it, like, evolves and stuff like that, because if it just stays— I imagine it evolves. It looks like an evolver. Here's the thing, I don't want to do my grinding montage and then decide I really want that Gliscog. Ah, it's terrible. Lilius Raptor just getting levels. Is there nothing new in this grass? Hold on. Well, let me get the Pokemon out there. I don't even know what I would type in for that. I do want to know about Gliscog, though. Alright, it evolves with a stone. It doesn't really tell me whether or not it's better than my other Pokemon, though. What do you get, Pokemon? Icy Wind, Bubble Beam, Glaciate, which is a move I never heard of. It gets some solid attacks. Alright, if dragons start showing up a whole bunch, we're switching to Glaslug for sure. I'm assuming there's other Ice-type Pokemon in this game. But it's so cute. Ideal team would be, the Grass Starter, the Slug, and then that Firebird that we can catch. And then you just walk through the game, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Oh, I need to get OBS up now. There we go. As we get status affected. Oh, wait, no, it's just Cotton Spore. We're fine. It bothers me that the stuff in the area we were fighting previously was a much lower level. Now, if we hadn't done a lot of work, we wouldn't be at the level for these things, which kind of concerns me. I guess it's just more and more adding to the fact that I really like this game. I don't think I would Nuzlocke it. You know, we're just not dealing with you. What? But I don't want to deal with them. No, you don't understand. Okay, fine. Rollout for the win? I don't... Oh, it's got a fighting attack, though. It's got Force Palm. And yet it's still used Bite. That's fine with me. Please excuse the Velcro sound. I have to adjust my wrist brace because I put it on too tight today. That's the worst thing about, like, braces and stuff like that. It's like, well, it's too tight. But, like, a wrist one you can adjust all the time. But if it's one on your knee and it's under the pants leg, it's like, well, I guess I gotta run to the bathroom a lot today and people are gonna think I have a problem, and really it's just I'm trying to walk comfortably. Heal me, Grandma. Just in case we end up needing to roll again. I like how we're just like clearing Pokemon out of her backyard for her. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. Here's healing. How dare you? How dare you try to intimidate us? I don't think you even have teeth. Does Ekans have teeth? I know Arbok has, but it's only like 2 little teeth. I don't think Ekans has teeth, so if it uses Bite, it's just gumming ya. Which honestly is worse in my opinion, because like, just... Like, no offense to old people and babies, but if one of them, like, bites me, I'm just like, ew, it's slimy and fleshy. That's gross. Go away. Okay, now I'm a little creeped out because that's like the worst feeling. Okay, I have to figure the topic. Quick, something help me. Look at the sheep. This sheep's amazing. I wonder if we could do an all-sheep team in this game, but I don't think we have all our sheep in it. Wait, we might only have 2 sheep. It might just be Mareep and Bischoff. Is that it for sheep? I guess why there's at least one more. Is my mind just putting a complete blank on me? Oh. So I'm trying to pick a game to just destroy my way through. I need to finish God of War. I want to go through all of the Kingdom Hearts games, but I also picked up Persona for like 20 bucks new because there was a pro day at the store last day I worked. And like, here's the thing, I leave for a convention in 2 days. And I'm not sure if I can get all the way through Persona with all-nighters and stuff, because I feel like that's a 60-hour game minimum. Probably many, many more. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can... Like, I want it, but I don't think it's feasible. I think I should just, you know, buckle down on God of War. That, and I still have, like, Persona 4 to finish, which I got, like, a good chunk of the way in. And then just life happened a lot. That's, like, the main reason why stuff doesn't get done for me. Yeah! Tell them, sheep. My reaction when life happens. Here's what happens. Either I'm hurting a lot, someone surprises me with stuff that I wasn't expecting. Like, sometimes I wake up and it's like, oh, right, I need to do these 12 things today. I have used up all of my energy. Stuff did not get done. Work was on that list, but it's not a problem for me anymore, because I quit that job, because I just... Let me wait until I get the letter in the mail saying I officially don't work there anymore, and then we're gonna have sheep just grinding levels and going on about how awful that job was. I feel somewhat safe to do that because the person I asked for a reference from, I probably won't get into. Because I used to not be a fan of her. But then, like, I kind of got used to her and I was like, alright. So she does some stuff that I don't think is super professional. But, like, at least she's not an a-hole all day like the other people. And at least she's honest with me about stuff. Like, last day of working there, someone from the other store was covering a shift. And we were chit-chatting, and I was like, well, yeah, it's basically a dead-end job for me, because when we had the next job up, which is called Key Holder, where I consider it full-time, because you have, like, a guaranteed amount of hours a day, or a week, not a day. But I guess it's not technically a full-time job, because it's under X amount. Anywho, but you get paid more, you get benefits, it's worth having. But we had like 4 or 5 of those pop up after getting a new boss. And he told me, oh, well, the company, like, I didn't even know they were told about it. I had already previously asked, like, hey, you know, what's the process for applying for things? Because I know one person might be quitting because they got school stuff going on. He's like, oh, well, I'll tell you about it. And then you'll have the chance to apply, and I'll interview people and pick the right person. I was like, cool. We had like 5 or 6 jobs come up. He didn't tell me about any of them. Like, I found out about them through secondary sources, and then I'd ask him about it, and he's like, oh, well, this time, the company wanted me to hire, like, out of store. And then the next time I was like, yeah, you know, I thought about you for it, but then GameStop said they really didn't want to, like, move you up without, or, like, move you out without, like, a lot of training because you came in under Kimber and blah, 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 and, oh, I just name dropped somebody. Anyways, because you came in under her and yada yada, and there was a lot of, like, issues with her, and they just didn't think I was that trained, and I didn't work that many hours and stuff. Mind you, I was working the same amount of hours. Anyway, but, like, basically said the company told him not to promote me because of who I came in under. AKA, it's literally a dead-end job for me because I can't go any further with it. Last day of working there, I found out, oh, I highly doubt the company said that. I think it's just a him and her thing, because she married his best friend, so that he never got to hang out with his best friend anymore, and they really hate each other, and anybody trained by one, the other didn't like, and vice versa, and yada yada. And all this other stuff. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, it would have been fine if he said, I don't feel comfortable promoting you, or I just don't want to promote you, or anything like that. But, like, now I'm just sitting there like, I'm pretty sure this man lied to my face. Which is, first of all, just a really, like, you're the manager of a store. Don't lie to your employees' face. Because right now my situation is either he lied to my face, or the company wanted me to never be promoted anyways. But here's the thing, either way, it was never gonna happen. So it's still like a dead-end job, but like, since the time that I was told that by him, like the months after and stuff like that working there, I'm inclined to agree with the person that came in and was talking with me the next day, or the day that that was my last day, so the other day. Because he was really weird about things, and every now and then I'd like talk to my dad about stuff. My dad's like, he's really immature for somebody that's, you know, in a managerial position and blah 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 blah. Like, I don't know if I went on about the $100 bill. I probably will when I get that letter in the mail and I do my ranting. Yeah, I'll talk about it now. I don't care. So we got 100 in from like, when was it? I want to say it was like the 60s or something like that. It's a really old 100. And it was in the back of the drawer, which is not where I put things. When we get hundreds and stuff, I lift the drawer up. I put it in this little pocket in the thing, because that's where I was told to put them. Go on about my day. So at the end of the night, he's counting stuff, and he sees that 100 in the back. And, like, pulls out, he's like, who brought this in, blah, 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 and, like, just losing his mind. He's all mad and stuff. You know, going on about, you know, I'm gonna kill somebody, whoever brought this in, yeah, that's the fakest thing I've ever seen. Here's the thing, he's the only one at that store that put stuff that far in the back. But, like, I didn't say that, but I was like, yeah, I remember seeing that in the back, and I was like, that's kind of weird looking. And I've got, like, I don't have ADD, but I just get fascinated by things easily. So, like, if I had brought that in, I would be like, hey, look at this cool 100, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so I know it wasn't me. Because I check everything and make sure they have that stripe and all that stuff that you can't fake on them. Anywho. But he's, you know, loses his mind. I'm trying to find one of those pens that mark on hundreds, because you're not supposed to use them anymore, because apparently people bleach ones and reprint them. That's what he said. I don't know if that's an actual thing. Anywho, so like I'm running from store to store and looking up what 100 from that year is supposed to look at, like, and all this. Basically, I'm doing everything that he should have been doing instead of complaining. Because he didn't want to put any work into it. Like, he sent off a picture and that was it. He didn't want to, like, look up what's this bill supposed to look like. You know, do we have a marker? Blah, blah, blah. I did all this hunting. He's like, what are you looking for? And I was like, I'm trying to find us a marker so we can see if it's real. He's like, no, we don't have those anymore, blah, blah, blah. I was like, alright, well, do you mind if I... Yeah, like, is it cool if, while still on the clock, I run to the other stores on the row and see if any of them have one? Which I ended up doing. I ended up going to, like, 4 different stores and found one. So I come back with a marker. And, like, he just smears it all, like... He basically colored in, like, a square of this $100 bill, trying to see if it's real or not, and then going on about, I don't know if that's brown or yellow, and blah, 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 and I was like, well, add that to the picture that you sent to whoever and see what they think. I may try it on another bill, and I made sure not to try it on 100, because those are a lighter color, and, like, I was doing everything that he should have been doing and thinking of, but he was too busy complaining and stuff to, like, actually do anything productive. And the whole time, he's grilling me, trying to get me to admit that I was the one that brought it in. He only looked at transactions that happened after I showed up for the day. And he was like, well, Raphael, who's one of our customers that shows up a lot, like, he paid you in 100, blah, 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 you know, did he give you a bad 100? Mind you, this guy's still in the store. Raph's still in the store. He's like, did he give you a bad 100? And I was like, no, he always gives me new hundreds. And I look at him to make sure they got the stripe and stuff, but like, I know that when Raph works, he just gets his money straight from the bank, so it's always new legal tender. Anyways, and he's like, what about this other guy that, like, gave you 100 and got all this much back? And I was like, yeah, I put that on top of the other little pile of money. There's 2 good hundreds in the drawer. It wasn't me. He's like, well, the only other transaction was this 100. I know it wasn't me, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just standing there like, I really want to call you out on this and have this fight. But, like, you're my boss? So I was just like, look, I didn't bring him in. And he kept trying to get me to admit that I brought him in. I noticed that Raph left earlier for the evening than he does, because normally he leaves when we close at the store. And he's like, I noticed he left kind of early. Don't you think that's suspicious? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, yeah, I would have left early too if, you know, the guy that runs the store was standing around being a jackass. See, this is why I have to, like, be careful with these stories, because I don't want to cuss too much on the channel. Yeah, I wouldn't stay in a store with that kind of tension either. I left early. Especially when the guy that runs the store is accusing me of stuff. So, like, the next day, I show up to work, he doesn't say anything. I was like, weird. Because at the end of the day, I was like, well, take it to the bank and see what they say. He's like, yeah, I'll take it in with the deposit and see what they say and blah, blah, blah. Which I don't think he did, because the next I heard of it from him, he's like, yeah, they never got back to me about it, so I just put it in the deposit. But that was like a week or two later. Anyways, but the next day, I looked at our assistant manager. I was like, hey, did he mention anything to you about a fake 100 or something like that? Because I showed up, he was there for an hour, and then he left. And he didn't mention it at all, and I was kind of like waiting for it, because I was ready to throw down and stand my ground, because I know I didn't take that 100 in. And he didn't say nothing. So he leaves. I asked this manager, and she's like, no, he didn't say anything about a fake 100, and he would have to tell me something about that. So I tell her about the previous night, and she's like, I see. And then shortly later, we had to do a cash drop, and she's like, hey, tell me who's been working this cash register all day. And I was like, not me. And she's like, he has. Now, I want you to look where the hundreds and stuff are. They're right in the back where that 100 was. And she's like, he totally brought that 100 in. And he's just trying to get somebody else to say that they brought it in. So it's not on him. And I was like, look, I don't care who brought the 100 in. I just know it wasn't me, and I think he should have handled it better. And she's like, yeah, he totally should have. Like, I've noticed more and more that he'd rather not work. He just wants someone he knows to show up so he can talk to them about random stuff. I've learned so much about his church that I could really not care to know about. Like, no offense if you're religious or anything like that, but, like, if you're at work, unless you have a religion-related job, don't spend, like, 2 or 3 hours going on about this Bible study thing that you're doing. Especially if you're, like, blowing up, like, if it's dead in the store, that's fine. I mean, weird, but fine. But, like, we had customers coming in, and they'd walk up to the cash register that he's standing there, and he would just completely ignore them. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, if I'm in the middle, like, if I'm working and making small talk with a customer that comes in now and then, he would fuss at me for, like, not working. And I'm like, dude, I'm actively putting cases and stuff away and moving things around and organizing these shelves and stuff, you're standing over there talking about your beard. Like, that's not a joke. He would talk for just hours on it about his beard. Hey, it's just... To put it a little bit nicely, I asked the assistant manager to be a reference for me instead of my actual boss. And I'm not going to actively apply for new jobs and stuff until my knee gets better and stuff, or just my pain levels in general get better. Unless I, of course, like, find a desk job or something like that. But, yeah, just... I know I should use him as a reference since he was my previous boss. I refuse. That's not saying that he won't say nice things. He probably will. But I just... I don't know. How do I explain this? I don't think he's professional enough and respectable enough to give, like, I'd rather have customers give me a reference, because I feel like my boss is not a good basis for judging my work ethic and how well I do at the store and all this other stuff. Like, he definitely does not make a good impression, especially on a professional level, in my opinion. Like, he's a nice guy. You know, he's a nice guy, the people that like him, but after working with him, just... I don't want to talk to him. And I guess that goes for, like, a lot of people. Like, there's some people that are, like, awesome friends to hang out with, they're cool people. And then you work with them and it's like, wow, I not feel bad if you fell into a lake on your wedding day and just ruin that tux and or dress. I could really care less. Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining and we'll go to another episode of just level grinding. I'll see you then. Bye!